Okay, I've got a motion from Rick. I'll take a second from Dan Skinner back here. I'll then ask for anybody, all those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion has passed. At this time, I'd like to introduce our chair of the board, Kevin Camp, to come up and address you.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you for your dedication and service to the MPCA Board of Directors and our industry. It's been an honor to serve with you, so thank you. And to all of you, our incredible associate members, welcome to Grand Rapids to participate and celebrate the MPCA's 60th annual convention. Pretty significant accomplishment. We often hear members comment on our incredible MPCA staff, and I truly believe they are the best in the business. But I also believe the MPCA is blessed with the best associate members in any industry. You support us with your exhibits, your sponsorships, your committee assignments, training our employees, and your service on the board of directors. And the MPCA wouldn't have made it to 60 years without all of your support and dedication to our industry and the MPCA, so thank you very much. As you all know, we are going to Kansas City. We look forward to seeing you all there. Hopefully it'll be the biggest and the best precast show we've ever had. It's trending to be very good. And I guess I'll see you all in Kansas City, and thank you again.
Thanks, Kevin. So, he thanked us for participation, not only in the association, but the board. And I'll tell you that those aren't empty words. I mean, my experience on the board has been that the producer members, the officers have been very encouraging and very thankful for the support, the input that associate board members have been providing. So Kevin, thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to ask Bob Mills and Rick Terrell to come up and join me. I want to introduce you to your future board members. This is, I'm down to just a couple days left. The last 3 years have flown by, so I'm just about done. But I did want to introduce you. So starting on Saturday, your senior associate board member will be Rick Terrell from USF Fabrication. Also, you have Marcus Barnett from Hamilton, Kent. He'll be in his second year. He's not here with us today. He had a personal reason he had to back out at the last minute. And then, assuming that the vote on Saturday goes as we expected, Bob Mills from Hamilton Form Company will be joining the board as the junior associate board member. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys doing this. I'll tell you, it's a big commitment to be on the board of directors, especially the final year, as Rick he's been on before, so he'll experience it again. But it's a big commitment, and I just appreciate that you guys are willing to do that. At this time, I'd like to invite NPCA President and CEO Nick Rode to join us.
Good afternoon again. I don't have written or prepared remarks, but I just wanted to come up here and take just a personal moment and privilege of the podium just to say thank you for everything that you do for NPCA. As you've heard me say before, this does not happen without the time and commitment and resources that you provide to this association. So from the headquarters and me to all of you, thank you very much. And now Jesse's going to come on up here and I believe talk a little bit about the fundraiser. He and I had a chance to spend evening together down in Texas, so I'm not going to say everything yet, but he and I have a couple projects that we're working on for the future, so stay tuned.
I'll tease it a little bit.
Yeah, please do that.
Okay. I did bring some notes up here so I don't forget what I need to say, but I just want to give an update on what's going on with the foundation, because the foundation partners with the association to build that next generation of our industry, of the people of our industry. We just finished a strategic plan, and I want to share with you our mission that is kind of a reinvigorated energy for our mission. Our mission is to strengthen the future of the precast industry and its people by attracting, engaging, and developing the next generation and to preserve and grow our shared legacy. That shared legacy includes you all as the associates. So we're part of this industry just as much as the producers. And so we should be supporting the foundation's efforts just as much as the producers. One way that we've engaged in new ways in the last couple of years is Cade Negrin from Texas State University. He is one of our scholarship students and is so ready to join the precast industry. I think he's working for free for Asher or something like that. But he's interned at Lock Solutions, and he wanted to participate last year, and this year he's here to participate and took the NPCA PQS Leadership 3, or PQS 3 leadership course, because his goal is to graduate with a Master Precaster hat. And I think he's a great example of what we can do by engaging that next generation. Cade is a future leader in our organization, in our association, no doubt. We have 9 new scholarship students, and undergrad scholarship students, and 1 graduate scholarship. And we have six teams engaged in the student competition, which actually the finals of the student competition is done at the Precast show. So in 2026, I encourage you, if you have enough booth personnel, to split some of your team away to watch what the students come up with. What they come up with is brilliant. And we're teaching them how to be precasters, how to use products that are on the show floor, your all's products, our products. I may or may not have handed a tube of sealant to one of the teams last year. And so engage with the next generation, because it's the participation that builds the excitement like Cade has for being a part of this group. Welcoming them in, our goal is to have more students like Cade come to not just the Precast show, which we're doing through the student competition, but also here at convention, rubbing elbows with leaders of our industry. One way to do that is we got to have funds to do that. So I'm going to talk about our biggest fundraiser. So we have a fundraiser here. It's the golf outing. I thank everybody who sponsors the golf outing and is participating. But our big fundraiser is the silent auction. You all have a QR code on the table. This QR code, the green side, is for donations. So I'm going to solicit your donation now, and I'd be remiss if I didn't ask for products or credits on invoices, because as Richard's legacy of getting things that we all have something to sell. We all have something that we can give to the association. Last year, we donated just a dollar amount credit off of an invoice, and went for the exact amount of that credit. So that's one way that you can help the foundation, donation that is of value to the members, the producers, but there's also things for you guys as well. Alcohol, I know that quite a few of you have been on the alcohol that I provided last year in the foundation. Scott really enjoyed it. I'm putting 6 more in this year. Chocolates, gift cards, ammo. So what Nick and I saw in Texas last week was a lot of ammo and a lot of guns. So finding an FFL, if you're willing to do that, there's a lot of people in here that support that, and if you have a gun, you always need ammo. So just some ideas that you can donate on, so you can actually go in and donate now. It's a form you can fill out, and please upload a photo of the item. It makes life a lot easier on Andy. Andy does a lot of work for the silent auction, so she doesn't have to find the photo of whether it's an iPad or a drone or whatever. You can upload that for her and save her a lot of time. And if it's your products, you get to pick the exact product or the exact photo that you want to have to promote your product. It's a way to promote new things as well. So that's the foundation update, and I thank you for your time.
And now, please welcome to the stage Chris Frederick from MPCA and Brent Athen from Fern.
glad Nick got to adjust this after Alan. You know, so, just wanted to give everybody, before I get into the convention, a brief update of how we're doing in Kansas City for 2026. As Kevin mentioned, it's trending well. We're about 85% of the way sold. We have about 85,000 square feet, give or take a couple hundred, so that's pretty fluid. That's on par with Indianapolis and hopefully trending a little higher. There is an update. I did want to remind everybody that in Kansas City, plates will be needed. However, what we're going to be doing is we are going to cover the cost of plates. We were able to work that out with the Kansas City Convention Center. The only caveat to that is with forklift labor, you will still have to pay that through Fern. So we're going to be collecting that information in-house. That'll come out with the exhibitor kit in November. So added perk for you guys. That's something that to keep an eye out for. Sponsorships have also gone underway. So I know a lot of you have already participated, but if you would like to talk about that while we're here on site, happy to do so. And let me check my notes. And also keep an email, or keep an eye out for an email coming out here in the next few weeks, because it's hard to believe, but we're going to be starting to sell 2027 as well. So that'll begin the middle of October, so here in a few weeks. And then the one housekeeping item I did want to mention regarding convention before I hand it over to Heather, she's going to give a brief update on the app, but moving forward, we need to make sure, and we don't have this written in the paperwork, but we need to make sure that the pull-up banners are 8 foot high from the floor. I know that some exhibitors, we're going to let it go this year, but moving forward, they need to make sure that they don't go over the top of the 8-foot drape. So. But before I turn it over to Heather to give a brief update on the app, does anybody have any questions on the Precast show or annual convention or anything that I can assist with now? I can't see it. Blame the hotel. It's actually, it was the convention center. So it was just how it worked out in this instance. So sorry about that, Dan. All right, perfect. So Heather, where are you at? Are you right there? And Heather's going to give you a brief update on the Hoover app and a way to kind of do lead retrieval, but I'm going to turn it over to her for that. So thank you.
Okay, so if you've downloaded the Hoover app and you are registered as a sponsor, you should be able to see a lead retrieval button on your homepage. For convention only, you are able to use that lead retrieval. So I'm going to explain to you how to help your potential customers find their QR code within their app. And that's the only way you'll be able to get to it because we do not have them on the badges, but you will be able to find it in here. So on everybody's homepage, I know this is really small, you probably can't see, but up in the corner, you'll see a little picture of yourself if you've uploaded your photo, or you'll see an icon with the letter of your first name. If you click on that picture, the first thing under it should say My Contact Info and QR Code. Have them click that. If they have registered their phone number and things, it'll be in there, but then it will say View at the top, and if you hit View, then the QR code will come up. That will give you at minimum their first and last name and their email address, because they need that to register within the app. So it's a form of lead retrieval that you can use for convention only. It will not be available at TPS, but here you can use it to your advantage.
I hope everyone's enjoying convention so far. It's going to be good. Really happy to be here. Just want to talk a little bit about Move Out. Everyone should have one of these on their table over at the exhibit hall. This is your Move Out shipping information. On the back side is an outbound bill of lading request. If you fill this out and turn it in to Rebecca over at our service desk outside the ballroom, she'll pre-print the bill of lading as well as shipping labels for you. And you can do that at any time. You can pick up your bill of lading, your labels, and then just don't turn it in until your freight's packed up and ready to go. Speaking of that, dismantle is 7:01 to 9 p.m. tomorrow. And all carriers need to be checked in by 8 o'clock. The downside is if you got if you have UPS or FedEx, a package carrier, if you're using one of them, you have to schedule them to pick up at the convention center, just as always. But the problem is, it's after 7 o'clock on a Friday night, the chance of them picking up are pretty slim. Or you can bring it over to the shipping. I think there's a FedEx here on site. I'm not real sure. I can check on that. I'll make sure we find out, and Rebecca will have that information for you over there. Otherwise, I don't think anybody stored any empties over there. I think you all have them under your tables or somewhere, but other than Max, I know they have a piece out there. Those will come in right as soon as the convention's over. We have to be out tomorrow night, so everyone has till 9 p.m. to move out tomorrow night, pack up and get out, and we get out. So anybody have any questions on that? And it's hard to see up here, Chris, you're right. It's really bright. Okay. I think Chris went over Kansas City. I think we're all set there. The kit will come out in November. It's usually around November 1st. The service, it'll come out with all that information. Other than that, nobody has any questions? Thank you very much.
And real quick, the most important thing is the bar opens here in 3 minutes. So just so everybody knows. So thank you. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Alan.
I'm just kidding. I don't mind. Lots of tall jokes, so here we go again. But I just wanted to just say a couple other things about the Precast show. So as the senior associate board member, I'm also in charge of the exhibitor council. And we came to a decision as part of the council this year to change the hours slightly for Kansas City. And I think we'll probably change that for going forward as far as I understand. But what we're going to do is still going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday show, February 4th through 6th. But on Wednesday, we're shortening the hours by a half an hour, so we'll get out of there at 6:30 instead of 7 o'clock. So hopefully that means that it'll be a little easier for everybody to get customers out to dinner. That was really the reason behind it. And then what we're doing is opening 30 minutes earlier on Thursday. So we'll open at 10:30 instead of 11 o'clock on Thursday. So that when I was there last year, we had a lot of people kind of just milling around waiting to get in at 10:15, 10:30. And they're like, why can't we go in the show now? We want to go. So I don't think there's an issue with the overlap of education because they're just going to be people that are wanting to walk the floor and not go to education. So I think it's an opportunity for us to keep the same hours, but hopefully be a little bit better for everybody. So now I'd like to go ahead and do a sneak peek for Kansas City. I know that you guys, or many of you have already been there. We were just there a couple years ago, but we're going to do a sneak peek just so you get a little feel for it.
We hear it all the time. There's just something about Kansas City, and we're pretty sure we know what it is. It's our passion. That's why properly cheering for your team demands 142 deafening decibels. That's how the years of practice make improvisation
I was hoping to be a little louder there, not really quite as much energy there. But so if you'll humor me just for a couple minutes, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I'm just down to my last couple days on the board. So I just wanted to say a couple things if I could. First thing was that when James was up here earlier today, I don't know how many of you were able to be here for the lunch, but he said that one thing was to basically reflect on yourself, look in the mirror, and what are your weaknesses. And I got to tell you that when I was nominated to be on the board and then elected or whatever, I was kind of concerned that do I have what it takes? I mean, I've obviously been in the industry a long time, but being a leader is a lot different than just having experience. And so I hope that I didn't embarrass you guys, or I hopefully what I did reflected you guys and represented you guys well. I did want to thank a few people. I did want to thank my wife, even though she's not here. I did sacrifice a lot of days away from home because of being on the board of directors, and she was very supportive of that, but I know it wasn't easy. I also wanted to thank Brenda Ibitz, who she retired a couple years ago or a year and a half ago. But she was very encouraging for me to be on the board, and so I appreciate that she was that person behind that and behind me, and I guess that's probably why I'm here. I wouldn't have probably done it if she hadn't encouraged me. I did want to thank the officers of the board. We have a couple of them here, Kevin, and others are. I think I saw Megan. Yeah, so there's Megan, and I thought I saw there's Asher. I saw a couple of them are here, but I want to thank the officers. They've been just great. As I mentioned, very supportive of associate members, and we just have a great board. I tell you, we have tremendous leaders in this industry and just top class professional people. So I just thank them for just being part of that circle. It's been a lot of fun and made a lot of new friends I would not have made otherwise. I did want to thank my predecessors on the board. I don't see Sam here. I don't think Sam Lines is here. Darn it. Because that guy, he always made me call him Senior Associate Executive Board Member Lines every time I saw him when he was the senior guy. Now, he has said that to me a couple times, but I wanted to thank him because he and Magda both were fantastic models for me, seeing how to conduct yourself on the board and how to just basically fill this role. So I did want to thank them for their experience and working with them. I'd also want to thank the staff. I mean, I don't know how many of you out there know it, but back in the early 2000s, I spent about 5.5 years on the MPCA staff. And I thought we had a great team back then. But I tell you what, we've got an unbelievable staff. Nick has brought in some new people onto the staff that are just tremendous. The energy that Nick brings, I mean, we just have a great, great staff. So if you don't know them, maybe you know Chris, who's fantastic, and others, maybe a couple others, but we have some guys, maybe you just don't even know who they are yet. I'd encourage you to talk to them. They're just fantastic guys and women. I would encourage you, I'm kind of preaching to the choir just a little bit, but I mean, first of all, if you're here, that's a big step right there. There are a lot of associate members that are not here, and so you're here, and that means a lot. But if you're not involved any more than just being here, if you're not on a committee or a task force or even on the board of directors of the foundation or the MPCA board, I encourage you to think about doing more. There's a lot of great opportunities, great chance to make a difference in this industry, as well as in your own business and your own personal life. So I encourage you to do that. So that's it. I hope that the reception this evening goes exceptionally well for you. I encourage you to find somebody you've never met before, have a conversation with them. I'm sure there's a lot of new people here, so reach out to those people that you don't know and make them welcome and feel part of this industry. It is just a fantastic industry. So thank you very much for putting up with me for a minute. I appreciate that. And I will now adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for attending today's Associates Forum. A reminder that doors will open for tonight's reception and the exhibit hall at 5 p.m. Again, the reception and the exhibit hall will both open up at 5 p.m. Thank you.